Hey y'all, welcome back to Tactical Alliance Gaming and another Raid Shadow Legends video. This video, we're going to do a guide on one of my absolute favorite champs. One of them, I've got a lot, okay? I really do. This one though, Zavia. This girl is absolutely phenomenal. She's got 3-hitter on her A1 with a 40% chance of placing 5% poisons for 2 turns. So that's the big poison. On her A2, she attacks all enemies 2 times, and each hit has a 50% chance of placing a 5% poison for 2 turns. Her A3 is her money maker. It's what everybody knows her for. Attacks all enemies. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. It's her deadly catalyst. Deals damage from all poison debuffs on the target instantly. Poison debuffs will only deal half of the standard damage when this skill hits bosses. Now, I do not have her booked. Her A4 is situational. She's got to have Bellinor on the team with her. In that case, attacks one enemy, applies a debuff spread effect, taking 4 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. And she does have an ally attack in all battles by 33%. So this girl is absolutely awesome. Her masteries, here's how I have her built. I've got a little bit of crit rate, some crit damage. I went over to Heart of Glory, down into Life Drinker, and then I just worked my way down into Giant Slayer. Okay, and that's because she does have that multi-hit A1 and A2. All right, I did go down the accuracy tree and did go into Master Hexer to try and extend the duration of anything that she puts on. Her poisons mainly. Try and get the extra on those. Okay, she is good almost anywhere. She's solid in Fire Knight. We're going to run her through some stage 20 dungeons. She's not great in Arena, though, to be 100% honest with you. Spider, not so much. You want her more for a nuke. Well, it's hard to make her work. She works really well with Taurus on the same team. So we're going to bring her in a Dragon 20. Well, 2 more. Forget it. We'll just run this team. Now, she can, if you can get her with like a Taurus or a Draco, somebody that can lay a ton of poisons, you can use her to speed farm the dragon. Because she does get the block revive along with it. But her deadly catalyst, you're going to want a lot of poisons to take the dragon down like that, though. Her deadly catalyst or poison explosion on her A3 does have a block revive on it. So, I mean, you could use it in Arena if you could get enough poisons on the enemy and then drop that A3. But she's not really an Arena champ. She's more of a dungeon champion. Every time I've seen her used in Arena, it didn't go well. I mean, if you put a bad L in, he throws his 2 poisons on. She gets her A2 off. Gets lucky, hits her 2 poisons. That's 4. Gets her A3. She might drop somebody with lower HP, but she's not going to nuke down anything that's tanky. So a Valk or Torment or anything, Krisk or anything like that, she's not going to nuke them down. But she can work. Maybe early game. I would recommend just not using her in Arena. But right here, so we got through the first 2 waves. Wave 3, she didn't let any poisons. Now, I have her at about 330 accuracy. I'll go back and I'll show you her stats. I don't have her completely rolled up. Now, the problem is she will do her A3, whether there's poisons on or not. So I would really like to see Plarium add the ability to put some logic into the AI to where, like, she'll only do her A3 if there's, say 4 poisons on. Something like that would be great. The goal is, though, you want somebody that's going to be plenty faster, quite a bit faster than her to get a bunch of poisons on so she can pop them with her A3. But, I mean, she's not a bad champ by any stretch. She was actually my very first Lego. So I used her through all kinds of content while progressing through the game. But she is a solid champ. She is a good champion. She is in some of the fastest speed farm teams, just because of that A3. There's other ones that have it. There's an epic. I can't remember what the heck his name is. Elenarl is another one. Zavia does it better. Flat out, Zavia does it better. Elenarl's big thing is she also has an HP burn. But Zavia is just better when it comes to poison explosion, because her entire kit is built around poisons and poison explosion. That's it. Her A1, A2 lands poisons, her A3 blows them up. I mean, she's built for poison. I just wish that they would buff her a little bit, maybe increase the chance to land the poisons on her A1 and A2 a little bit. Maybe just go up to 60% even. But I mean, right there, 2:59, so a 3-minute run, not super fast. But she right there, 2 million, so 2.6, almost 2.7 million damage for her because of the poisons and the poison explosion. So that's her in Dragon. Now, most of the time going up into Fire Knight, coming up into like stage 25, stuff like that, you're really going to be running specific champions, which is why I'm showing her in stage 20 dungeons. So let's do this. Let's pull Seer, bring Zavia in. But she is good for Fire Knight because she does have that multi-hit on her A1. So that is she is pretty good there in Fire Knight. She can do well on waves with her A2 if she gets enough poisons on, then pops them. She can help get through waves, but she's not crazy. She's not a massive wave clear unless you get more poisons. I don't have a Taurus, or I'd show him with her, because he throws crazy poisons. But there's more of a spotlight on her specifically. Now, I also have Ursula and Lysandra in here. Lysandra's here for turn meter control. Cold Heart's there to freaking just straight nuke with a little bit more turn meter control. Obviously, Syl's in here for revive and for crowd control on waves. Ursula's in here for the strengthen, the revive, and the increase attack and decrease attack, and Zavia's in here just a straight freaking poison, help with the multi-hit to get the shield down. So if you've not seen the guide on Ursula, I'll put that up here at the top. Same thing with Lysandra. Okay, if you haven't seen that guide, I will also link that here at the top. So I mean, not a super fast run. I pulled my Seer out to clear waves because I actually just pulled her not too long ago. Finally, only took a year, a little over. But so she definitely can help right there, A2. She just got bunch of poisons out. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and jump forward, and we'll cut back in here at the Fire Knight. We'll just kind of speed through it, and I'll jump back in here at the Fire Knight. All right, so we're just about to hit the Fire Knight here. I was going to wait and just jump in then, but we'll jump in now and chat a little bit. So I do appreciate you guys that are coming out, hanging out in the stream. Monday through Friday morning, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. That is UTC -7, and that is Mountain Standard Time here in the U.S. But she does come in with the Fire Knight, with that A1, which is really what you want her to use on him. Unfortunately, she will pop her A3 when the shield is up, which sucks. But it happens. Cold Heart getting the turn meter drop there. Lysandra, I don't know what's going on with her. Her accuracy's up. She's just not holding up here. But it's okay. Zavia does come in with the poisons, add some more poisons onto the Fire Knight. Again, this isn't a super fast run. It's not going to be because you're not really nuking. You're just kind of going through the motions here and just kind of beating them down. Lysandra with the turn meter drop there on her A2, which is awesome. Cold Heart coming in with that A1. You know, Zavia, there's her A3, boom. And I mean, huge chunk of health off of him. So, I mean, she's definitely worth it. She is worth putting resources into. Get this freaking dog to quit trying to climb into my lap. But she is definitely worth putting some resources into. I don't have her booked. You can, but she really, I mean, booking her really doesn't add a whole lot of value. It increases your damage, which is why I never really booked her. But that's just me. I mean, if you've got a plethora of books laying around, you know, by all means, book her out. If anything, I would probably book her A3, maybe her A2. But there you go on Fire Knight. And of course, garbage. Minnow, she's good in. I'm not going to run through Minnow just because we all know. Potion Keeps, obviously. Force Keep, she is pretty solid because she has neutral affinity. Magic Keep, obviously, she's a lot better. But she can work in here. Let me pull Robar. We'll go ahead and bring here. Mostly I try and run all positive affinity stuff through Potion Keeps for obvious reasons. This is 20 though, so there are some poisons coming out there. There's our A3. Boom. Got the block revive on 1. Not crazy fast. I don't speed farm. You know, I've said it in other videos. I don't really focus so much on speed farming as I do on consistency of clear. Speed farming is great if you're at 100%. You know, if you're getting through it 100% of the time, you never fail, and you're getting through it, great. Speed farm the crap out of it. But for me, it's more about making sure I'm at that 100% before I start kind of tweaking towards speed farming, which is why I have none of the 25 dungeons on speed farm. Potion Keeps, that kind of stuff anymore. I don't, for that reason. I want to make sure I'm getting through them. You know, I don't. My thing is I do lack gear. I've got a roster, but I do lack gear. So that's kind of the big thing. So we'll go ahead. We'll jump through. Actually, this wave's about done now anyway. So there we go. But there she goes with her A1, getting the poisons on. Plus pairing her with Nethril as well. Adds even more poisons for her to blow up. And then pairing her with something like Martyr for that counterattack and stuff. Things kind of get a little crazy. Love Ghostborn for a decreased defense and weaken. Just because he hits so freaking hard. Or decreased defense. Just because he hits so freaking hard. So we'll kind of fast forward here and come in at the end. All right, so we're right at the end here. She just blew him up for the finish. Hell of a finale for a Zavia guide. Doom Tower, she's okay. She can help. I mean, I would use her. I wouldn't use her as a primary poisoner if you can avoid it. I would actually mostly use her as a secondary. So if you've got like a Nethril or something like that, with the poison, you can use her as a secondary. I don't have her rolled all the way up. Obviously, I've got kind of a normal account. But as far as what masteries I have, obviously her crit rate is a little bit low. I was running her with Bad L for quite a while with him as a lead, so that kind of boosted her crit rate up. But her accuracy is at 340. Her attack is what it is, just because some of the gear I've got. She's super squishy. At 1300 defense and 36k HP, but you know, you work with what you got. But she is a solid champion. She's definitely worth putting some resources into. Again, I would not use her in arena. Campaign farm, she's not really a campaign farmer. It takes her a little bit to stay alive. It takes her a little bit of work. So I wouldn't use her as a campaign farmer. She's not designed for that. But through dungeon content, she's solid. So I would use her in dungeon content. Obviously, faction wars, she can be clutch with those poisons and then popping that, and then that poison pop there at the end. But that is Zavia we will, there we go. That is Zavia. Again, here are her masteries and how I have her built. This is not necessarily the only way to build her, but this is how I have her built. As a lot of you know, masteries, what masteries you go with depend on what team comp you're running her in. And that's for any champion. But for how I've been using her, these are the masteries that work best for me. You know, but she's definitely worth putting some resources into. As far as books, again, I might book her A3. But even then, I mean, you're not going to get a cooldown decrease on it. Nothing, I mean, right here, you can book it to 75% on the poisons on her A2. So, I mean, if you really want to use her for a poisoner, you might put a couple of books there. Hopefully you get lucky in the first 4 land. And her A1, all it does is just a damage. So, honestly, she really doesn't need books. You're not going to get a whole lot of benefit other than on that A2 if you could get 4 books to land right there. Other than that, it's not really worth putting books into her, so I would save them. But guys, that is Zavia. So I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget, hit that subscribe, smash that like button and that bell notification, and you guys get notified when we get another video up. Also, don't forget, join us on stream over at Twitch. .tv/Tactical Alliance Gaming. I will put the link in the description below. Make sure you guys come out and hang out with us every Monday through Friday morning. We are actually working on a giveaway account right now that we're going to give away with a Siffy. We've got one with a Countess Licks. So we've got a couple accounts we're going to be giving away. So make sure you guys come on over and hang out with us there. All right, guys. And thanks again. And I will catch you next time.